I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, people? How you doing? It is a great day, and I'm so excited to have you here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, I got a lot of people going on and watching videos, and nobody's subscribing. I got people watching videos, and I don't have any comments. You guys, look, we got to support each other. That's what we're here for. So how about that? How about we support each other? Okay. Woo! All right. And in the meantime, we have Kimberly. She's an author and she is here to talk about her book. And I am just so excited to have her here. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Awesome. So tell me about yourself.
Well, right now, not employed. Working as a writer, I guess you could say, but not so far. Also raising monarch butterflies.
Oh.
Here with my mom and my brother and his dog.
So you sound concerned about not being employed, but I think that writing this book is amazing. What do you want to accomplish by writing this book?
Really, it's to get, for me and God, to get our message out there that as Christians, Muslims, and Jews, we all worship the same God and have our roots in the same place.
It's the biggest segregation that we have right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of politics and other things out there to keep us divided when we should really be accepting each other.
Yeah, definitely. So let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about how you came to this point.
So for my first real job, I was on a hydrographic survey ship for 14 years. And during about the last 2 years on that ship, Noah Ship Thomas Jefferson out of Norfolk, Virginia, God started giving me ideas for writing this book. I should say previous to that, I had read the Bible and the Quran. And during those 2 years, God was giving me ideas for writing this book, more like beliefs. Like I follow the holy books, the world follows personal development, and the two are just about 80% opposite. So there was those kinds of conflicts where I follow the holy books and the world's following something different. And I think that led into a lot of, the higher ups not wanting me around anymore. So I mention a lot of these things in my next book that I'm working on. So yeah.
It's a conflict, definitely. But do you feel, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about yourself now in comparison to before this happened to you?
The brain and heart are really separate in this. The heart is over the whole thing and ready to move on. It has moved on. The brain is still kind of stuck in the past with things that were handled unfairly on the ship. So with the last evaluation, it turns out I was held to a position that was not mine. So I was being held to I don't know what you call it, the standards of the next position up versus where I am. So, or was at that time.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah. Things happen and, obviously we have to deal with it. How have you been dealing with it? And this book that you have out today, is that something that you kind of go back and read so that can kind of give you a peace of mind?
This first book is really totally unrelated to what I'm going through right now with memories.
Okay.
That's more related to the second book. The first book focuses on people, prophets, concepts, beings that we all share as believers. The second book is going to be more how I live and follow the Bible and Quran. And really that's what it's bringing out a lot of memories for me having to writing that second book.
Your first book is Jews, Muslims, and Christians. Let's talk about God. Tell me about that.
Really focusing on people, prophets, concepts, beings that we share, like going all the way back to Adam and Eve, to Noah, Moses, Abraham. Our roots coming from the same people and prophets from the past, and really, starting there and moving forward. Of course, Jesus was a Jew. He was born Jewish. He was raised Jewish. He went to the synagogues. And there's people who accepted him and those who did not. And there was a division there. Mm-hmm. And then later, God gave us his last prophet, Muhammad, peace be upon him. And there are those that followed him, and those that didn't. So, but our roots all go back to the same place.
I got you. I got you. Where did you begin to understand what you understand today? When did this transition begin?
Really, it started with my first reading of the Quran, and I don't remember what year that was. It was before those 2 years, before I was off the ship. But it just was on my mind a lot. Just having a thought like Moses say, and the things in the Bible that Moses did, and the things that Quran that Moses did, and how they're very similar, same really. Wow. And just ideas like that over time. So when I left the ship, I already had a outline for this book in my head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you say leaving the ship, you mean your last job?
My last job, yeah.
Okay, I got you. I got you. So when you left the ship, how did that affect the way you conduct your writing now? Did it affect your process?
I would say not so much, because I had already had this outline. So even though my brain was not working fully with the perimenopause symptoms, mm-hmm. I still knew where I was going to go with it. Of course, I had to read the Bible and Quran through again to put the verses together that I had wanted to use. Because, of course, I don't have the whole thing memorized, but of course, I knew, the areas I wanted to use and put together.
That's, it's amazing that we go through so much in life. Our ups, our downs, our women things. And it's like, we still prosper. Where do you want to be, in the future? I know that maybe writing this book and maybe even leaving the ship might have been just a blessing for you. How do you foresee your future?
Really, my future is with God, and it's really whatever he wants me to do. And right now it's, working on getting the message of this book out there and writing the second one. And, it's always a possibility in the future. Maybe he'll want me to go back to the ship for whatever reason. So, I gave my life to God a long time ago. I'm talking high school years, and just dedicated my life to God. And I'm going to go into this with the second book as well. As far as, making my own covenant with God and following his ways, and really not being influenced by the world.
I got you. I got clothes. I got this. I got that.
Exactly.
So yeah, and it's
for everything that you have.
That's right. You gotta be thankful.
Thank you for providing a roof over my head, for giving me clothes, for giving me food, the basics. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. We just need things to live. We need what we need to live, and everything else is optional. You can participate or you don't have to. And now pulling out from the ship, pulling out from the world, and now where you're at today, how do you feel? Do you feel like you've disconnected enough now to begin to understand who you really are as a person?
Yes. There's definitely that. And there's, being an introvert is something that took me a long time to accept, but that's just my nature, and that's how God created me, and I just accept it. That's what I am.
Right.
I can be nothing different.
At the same time, I love speaking to people like you because you inspire me. Writing the book, not being on the ship, but and going through perimenopause, and men, you're just gonna have to look that up, okay? And it can be tough. So has that affected your writing?
Well, I'm on medication now that helps me get my brain back. So I have like
Mm.
90% of a brain versus 50. So that's a
Oh goodness.
huge improvement of
Oh yeah.
what I was going through with forgetfulness and all kinds of other the mood swings and all kinds of other crazy things that my brain was going through as a result of that. So I'm just thankful to be on medication that's helping me with that.
Well, okay, so you do have your book out today, and you are writing your new book, and I'm just so excited that you're writing another book. But your first book is called Jews, Muslims, and Christians. Let's talk about God. Where can people get that?
Any of their favorite bookstores. I'm mostly online right now, so Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million. So
Awesome.
there are, if you do an internet search for it, you will find it.
Awesome. We're gonna put that in the description box so people can actually go ahead and grab that. We'll put the link for the Amazon as well in there so that they can actually just go ahead and go there if they want to check that out. You know, to me, it seems like you have so much knowledge and you've gone through so much. What kind of advice do you give the person that's going through something similar to you?
I would say put your faith in God. He knows the outcome. Life trials are another important part of becoming closer to God, and I'll explain more of that in the next book as well. Being terminated off the ship was really a life trial for me because I didn't do anything wrong, but then you look at Jesus and he was crucified and he didn't do anything worthy of that punishment either. So
Right.
just knowing that life trials are part of the process.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Well, I want to thank you, Kimberly, for being on the show. It is such
Thank
a
you for
pleasure having you.
thank you for having me.
Thank
That
you
was
for being.
fun.
It was, right? It's so cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I got you. Well, when you get the next book out, you got to come back now.
All right.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, like I said before, we're going to have all of her information in description box. All the information in the description box below. So that way you guys can go ahead and take a look at it and see if that's something that you want to go ahead and check out for yourself. I'm telling you, I am just so happy that Kimberly was on the show. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, not only to go and look at this book and support, make your comments. And if you have any questions for Kimberly, go ahead and ask in the comment section below. I'm just telling you right now, it's open, it's open, it's open. All right, guys. And until next time, don't forget to dare to be different. Bye.